Hi, XLR here. So I recently watched an interview on Big Think, and there was talk about really it was Big Think host interviewing Robert Sapolsky on his book about free will, and they were discussing some ideas about free will, and the question was raised, and the question was this: will some imagine how free will works is that this is the original explanation. Imagine that free will works by um, free will is deconstructed when we effectively um, unravel the network of decisions that create the present reality as it affects us and directs our choices. And so, unraveling those things, we can easily then point to the network of causality and say that we have identified the cause of our will. And so we were not free because we did not make the choice entirely from some place of quote unquote freedom where the choices are outside any kind of influence. And the discussion of this hinging on the idea that free will um, is a connection or relationship between our choice of what to do in every situation and exactly what influences us. So, in essence, a reality without with a reality with the understanding of free will be one where um, the exact reason why we're making a choice, or what, even if it's not reason, the cause of a choice is identified within the self, within the person, and we can easily say, oh, it was always going to go this way, simply because they went from being this way to making this decision. They went from being an Igbo man to being someone who keeps money or who loves money. Went from being a Yoruba man to being a music lover or a dancer or Fuji. And so you say, oh, it's like this because it's like this, so it's like this. And so where did the person have any kind of free will, right? So it's a thing that we're trying to decide here. And the host raised the objection question. He said, um, when aliens come and with the current progress with artificial general intelligence, do we get expect our sense of free will, especially in regards to network of causality, to be, you know, influenced, or at least do we expect to see any um, you know, upheavals in our, or any disruption in our understanding of how most of these things work. And the reason why I'm hinging on the question is because I entirely understand why he's asking that. You know, this whole thing about um, this whole thing about um, aliens appearing, and space and you know, artificial intelligence, AI. Maybe AI is going to come from space. Maybe aliens are going to come from space with such superior AI that we're going to discover we're in the Matrix, and all these things. And there's a lot of forced insinuations and fantastical. We can really attribute it to a movie theme and the imagery of the unexpected with the advent of discovery of the really or something new, right? And I'm discovering new in spaces into this because it's as though it's a indication of how humans think that aliens visit, and all of a sudden the disruption that we see 444, the disruption that we see, um the disruption that we experience will cause us to have a greater understanding of ourselves, And it's a direct jab at wishing for heaven. So yeah, talking to you, host of um Big Think. The understanding that created this question is something that points to something even deeper, which is the idea that we might, for some reason, someday experience some upheaval to our consciousness by way of, say, aliens visiting. And so we begin to understand these things a little more. I share that faith, and I know you do. And if you ask me, I'd say we experience enough of these things in our everyday life, these kinds of upheavals in our consciousness, to actually affect the kind of change that we want or that would be necessary. Only then it's a catch 22, because we need the awareness of these things in order to find them, or in order to even get the eye to be looking. So the awareness creates the understanding that these things are out there, indications of um mm, a universe that is not bound to normalcy or tight orderliness of consciousness and will. The indication that such a thing exists creates the person who goes into his universe searching for it, believing that he'll find it. And this recursion is what creates awareness. And so yeah, the only thing we just need to do is not to factor in time as though we had to get to some future date, i.e., where the aliens eventually come, or where space opens up, or where we get some kind of angelic visit, or where we get to a particular age, or become this particular, or something ends for us or begins. The idea is that it's not locked in time. It's here. It's here and now, and it's happening every moment. And here and now becomes words really that trap the awareness of the time. But it can also be a gift to you to know that there's nowhere else to look, and that the thing you're looking for is right here. Only just keep looking, you find it. Some people say stop, some people say keep looking. Well, awareness brings the understanding of what to do in this situation. Awareness of what you're doing now, what I'm doing now, how we are choosing to understand these things, and exactly how deep they go into our lives. And so I helps us never say no, really. Um, Tell me if you enjoyed this, and this is excellent. Thanks for watching.